Thank you so much. It does mean a lot to me because yourself, you're such an accomplished woman. You've done so much. So even for me, you are, of course, the founder of SHero, but you are a SHero to pretty much anyone that is part of this organization now. And so for you to ask me, I also feel very blessed and humbled because like we said, we all, like you said, we all have a story and transitions are definitely important. Like I mentioned, I was in the fitness industry, an industry that I thought I would be in for a long time. I was a spinning instructor. I used to teach dance. And of course, I still shake it. I still dance in my own way and I do things. But I had to learn to go into something else. And then I got into positive development and being positive in life. And as you know, because we've spoken before, Christine, I wrote a book. And then it was back when social media kind of kicked off. But I wrote something and nobody knew me. So it's like, what do you do? So I learned about the digital world. I learned about, hey, put yourself online and transitioning from what I had always done, being on a day-to-day normal job, as you would call it, the 9 to 5, onto talking to more people around the world. And the reason why this works is because I personally believed in me. Back when I was in my early 20s, in the airport, for example, I give you another example, I wanted to do network marketing and the people around me, everybody said, no, that's a scam, that doesn't work, don't do it. And I listened to others and I didn't do it. 3-4 years after, and I remember exactly, back in 99, it was my holy, that makes me feel really old now. 1999, it was my late teens. It was the first time that I came across that and I said no. Then back in 2003, I came across the same network company again. And again, I shared it with people that I should have never shared. They told me again, shut it down, don't do it, even though I went to a few meetings. And then in 2005, once the internet is starting to be around more, I came across the same network marketing company with a mentor in the US and in Canada. And this time I didn't tell many people. Something inside of me felt right. I believe this was part of my journey. At the time, I didn't know it was just part of my journey, not my destination. But thanks to that and believing in me and saying, I'm gonna take a leap of faith in me because my inner gut tells me, I don't care what others say. They don't pay my bills. They don't pay my rent. They don't pay my car. Why should I listen to them? But that's what we do in society. We listen to what others say. So then I did it in 2005. And I was very successful at it for a few years because I believed in me. Thanks to that, I traveled the world. I discovered personal development. I wrote the book. And then that's how I then went onto the social and digital world. The reason you mentioned the digital ghost queen, the reason they call me that, it's because I do a lot of work behind the scenes. A lot of people in digital or that are on social media or as a public figure, they love to be in front of the camera all the time. I like both. Sometimes it's okay to be in front and share our thoughts and stories. Other times I help others be on the spotlight. I help others do the work. So just like you have a ghost writer to write books and somebody else takes the credit, I became the digital ghost queen because I did so much behind the scenes that nobody knows it was me and somebody else takes the credit for that. But for me, what makes me happy is knowing that I can help others believe in themselves. I can help others understand if you do X, Y, and Z, you can be more visible. Let me help you put yourself out in the world, or in the personal development world, let me help you believe in yourself. So this whole believing in me and taking a leap of faith, I was not born with that. And I definitely want to, of course, thank my mom. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning, we didn't come from money, or she had to work, real jobs, and she was a model when she was young, she was a beautician. And then after my dad left her and she was left to do things on her own, I remember being a young kid and having to get help from the government, my mom having to go and clean houses and help elderly people. And I don't feel nobody should lose respect, because at the end of the day, it's a job. And she always wanted me to do better. Now my mom doesn't even know what I do because she has dementia, and she will never know what her daughter has truly grown up to be. And when I see her now, I can show her pictures, I can tell her stories. Within 1 minute, she forgets. But if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here today. So the one thing that I always have with me is that believe in yourself, because somebody out there gave their own stuff for you. And I want to pay it forward as well. I want to help others, inspire others, so that they do what they need to do. We live in a very different society now than when our moms grew up, Christine. Very different values, very different beliefs, very different ways of doing things. So I feel we're lucky because we grew up before technology, and we have come onto this technology and digital way that has expanded the way we can do things. So I take that resilience that my mom had. When she wanted to give up, she didn't. And right now, like I said, I dedicated my first book to her. Being on this interview, since she's on this chat, because it's for women, she comes to mind, because for me, she's also part of SHero. If I'm a part of SHero, then she's part of SHero, because I wouldn't be here. So believe in me and taking multiple leaps of faith. I think that's what everybody needs to do. Don't listen to others so much. If it feels right in your heart, if it feels right for you, even if you fail, we learn from failure. Nobody learns from success. Let's be honest. It is when we fail and when something goes wrong that we truly learn what is powerful and what the lessons are for us to continue growing and having a bigger character in life.